ready to go on another adventure? Last week we went to the Garden of Eden, and that was a lot of fun. We got to meet Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve, they didn't get to stay in the garden because remember we learned how when they took a bite from that fruit they weren't supposed to, then sin came into the world. And remember, God doesn't like sin. God and sin can't go together. But he really loves Adam and Eve. And so even though Adam and Eve had to leave the garden, God went with them. And so we're going to go on our next adventure. Adam and Eve had kids, and then their kids had kids, and their kids had kids, and their kids had kids, until the whole world was just full of so many people. So many people. But a lot of those people forgot about who made them. They forgot about God. And so they weren't making very good choices, and there was a lot of hurt in the world, and God knew that he had to do something about that. So in the midst of a world of a lot of hurt, there was one guy who remembered God. And he, in the Bible said, he walks faithfully with God. And so we're going to go meet that guy. Are you ready, Bri?
Who is it?
What's his name?
Noah.
Noah was walking faithfully with God, and God gave him a job to do. So we're going to go find Noah. Got your passport?
I don't want to
Do you have your passport? Here we go. We're driving. Do you see Noah yet?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Keep driving. I don't know, Rye. Do you see anything cool out your window?
I do.
Okay, let's park the car. Should we put our passport over here?
We get back in.
We can get back in at the end of our visit. Wow, what do we got over here? Animals. Whoa, and look at this. Wow, what's in here? This is a tool basket. Because Noah had a job to do. What did Noah have to do?
Build.
He had to build an ark. So God and Noah, they were close, and God told Noah, he said, Noah, I got to do something. I'm going to do something new, and I need you to build me an ark. And God gave some very specific instructions on how to build the ark. It was huge. It was bigger than a football field. Can you believe it? So we're going to pretend this is our ark. So you get your hammer, pretend to hammer the ark. Can you pound on some nails there and we'll paint it? So the ark was so big, it took Noah a long time to make it. People guess maybe 55 to maybe 75 years. Is that a long time?
Yeah.
A long time.
That is a long time, Pop.
That's a long time. We got our Pops filming today, huh? So they were building this ark for a really long time, and Noah was working on it in his backyard. And it was really big, so everybody could see him working on it, all his neighbors. And his neighbors, when they saw that big boat and Noah spending so much time working on it, they might have thought that was a little bit silly, because there really wasn't a lot of water in Noah's backyard. So they probably asked Noah a lot. They probably said, Noah, why are you building that big boat? Yeah, and maybe sometimes Noah asked, yeah, why am I building this big boat? But he kept trusting God, and he kept doing what God asked him to do, so he kept building this boat. And then finally, the boat was built. After all those years, it was built. And so, you want to get in? Before Noah got in, God sent some animals to put into the boat. So he brought 2 of every kind of animal. So let's put our animals in. So we got like 2 elephants. And put those guys in.
I'm going to put the little one.
Okay. And then the big one. Oof. And then 2 cats. Put the cats in.
What are the cats?
These are your Pete's, huh? Pete the cat. But 2 cats, they could represent cats. Okay. Even birds got to go in. 2 birds. And here we've got 2 bunnies. Put those in. Ugh. Yeah, okay, that went into the yard. Okay, here we got 2 owls. That's a little white owl. Ugh, and then get this owl in. Oh, buddy. He's so cozy.
And you're called Bookstore Owl.
You named him Bookstore Owl. 2 bears. Okay. You know, the turtles and the fish, they probably didn't have to go in the ark. They could swim.
I think the turtles want to come.
But they want to come in? Sure, let's put them in. But the turtles and the fish, they might have been swimming in the water, huh? But they could go in our ark, why not? Oh man, buddy, get that one.
King Pepper.
You named him King Pepper. Ugh.
He's from our frozen adventure.
Yeah, do the fish get to go in? Or are they going to stay and swim out here? Because there's going to be a lot of water coming. What do you think? Should they stay in the water? What do you think?
King Pepper says, Dory, you're allowed to come in.
Oh, they're allowed to come in. Okay, we'll put them in a fishbowl, toss them in there. And then here we have two Olafs. Olaf wasn't on the ark, but I thought they could represent, we have two of them, and they could help us see how crowded it was on the ark. And who knows, maybe there were some animals that we don't even know about today that were on the ark. Come on, Olaf. Okay. Whew.
Is Olaf a snowman? Not really animal.
Not really, huh? But he's just kind of representing two big animals. So then, after they got all the animals in the ark, they needed to bring food. God said, pack food for Noah and his family, and also pack food for the animals. So here we have our water bowl. I'm going to put that in.
That for the animals?
That's for the animals. So Noah would have brought food for the animals, packed some doggy treats
For the dog.
the animals, and then pack some food for Noah.
And people.
And people food, huh? Got your lunchbox? Okay, now we can go in the door. Okay, so Noah and his family, I'll make a little section for you. Noah and his family squeezed into the ark. It was pretty big, so they probably had some room.
And I'm gonna take care of the birds.
Yeah, so Noah ended up being a builder and a zookeeper. Isn't that pretty cool? He took care of all those animals while he was on the ark. So the Bible tells us that after Noah got in with the animals, God was the one who closed the door. So God closed the door, and it was sealed up tight so that they were nice and safe in there. And then it started to rain. And it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained.
Where's the fish?
Where's your fish? In here somewhere. It rained and it rained and it rained and it rained until the whole world was covered with water. The whole earth would have been covered with water.
I don't know. What's in my lunchbox?
Let's see. Do you have a little snack bar in there? So while the whole earth was covered with water, Noah and his family and the animals were all safe and dry in the boat. And they stayed on the boat for 40 days and 40 nights. That's a long time to be in a boat.
I don't want this food.
Okay, you want to save it for later? Noah might have gotten tired of the food that was on his boat too. He might have. So while he was on the boat, he took care of the animals and he hung out with his family. And I bet he had a lot of talks with God because Noah knew that whenever God opened that door again and he got to get out of the boat, that the whole world would look really different. And he knew that that would be what would happen. And I wonder if he ever asked God, while he was riding on the boat, I wonder if he ever thought, God, what are you doing, huh? Sometimes we don't always know what God's doing. Sometimes we don't always understand. And I think God knows that sometimes we don't always understand. But you know what? God promises us that he's with us and we can trust him like Noah trusted him, even if we don't always understand. So when finally the waters went down and the boat rested on the top of a mountain, and Noah needed to figure out, is it okay to get out? Is it dry? So do you know how he figured out how to get out, Rye? Where's your bird? Is there a bird in there? My goodness. It's so crowded. Okay, let's use this bird. Okay, Noah sent the bird out of the boat. You ready, Rye? The bird went flying out the window. But then the bird came back because he couldn't find anywhere to land. It was still too wet. So Noah waited a little bit. And then he sent the bird out again. Here you go, bird. Out he goes. Oh, and this time, when the bird came back, do you know what was in his beak? He had a tree branch. So Noah knew that, the trees are starting to show up. And so he waited a little bit longer and the bird flew out again. And guess what? This time, the bird didn't come back because he found a place to land. He found a home. So Noah knew, it's time to get out. Get out. Yeah, he must have tumbled out too. He probably had to figure out how to walk on the land again. And all the animals got to get out. And it looked really different. Oh, you got to get out. And so when he got out, he told God, thanks for keeping me safe in that ark. And then God put something in the sky.
A rainbow.
Yeah. You see that rainbow up there? Oh my goodness. God hung that in the sky as a little reminder of his promise to Noah. He said, Noah, I'll never send a flood that big again. And I promise that I will always be with you. And so when we see a rainbow, we can remember that God always keeps his promises. And that's what I wrote in your passport. Can you get your passport out of the car? Oh, man.
I didn't take my passport.
Boy, we need our passport. Let's bring it over. I'll show you your Noah page. So if you have your passport at home, remember you can add whatever you want to represent our story from today. I drew a rainbow to remind us of the Noah story. And here's the Bible verse. Can I read it to you? Okay, Psalm 91:4. The Lord, so that's like another name for God, will cover you with his feathers. So he'll cover you up like this. Let's read the rest. The Lord will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and your protection. That's our verse for this week. So that's Psalm 91:4 if you want to write that in your passport. There's a lot of things we can learn from Noah, And next week, this shows that we went to the Garden of Eden and we've been to see Noah. And next week, we're going to get to meet somebody new. His name starts with the letter A. Abraham. So get ready. Next week, we're going to meet somebody new. But before we get back in our car, I thought we could show the kids a fun little activity they could do at home that will remind them of the ark. Hi guys! Okay, so we have an activity that we'd like to show you guys that could be a fun thing to do after learning about Noah and his ark. So to do this activity, you need a sponge and a straw and a piece of paper that you can cut into. What shape is that? A triangle, and some scissors and some markers and then some stickers if you want. So to make this, you just take your scissors and ask your mom and dad for help with this. So you're gonna poke a hole.
Pops,
See how
with this part?
Can I help you with that, okay? Okay. So I poked a hole into our sponge and then we have a straw. Can you see the hole? Actually, it's hard to see, so let's feel it. Can you feel it?
Why is your hole in it?
Because we're gonna put this in here, this straw. This is gonna be part of our sail. We're making a sailboat. Okay, so we got our straw in. Now we get to put this is called like the sail that goes on top here, but we could decorate it first. So you could decorate it however you want. We could put stickers on. I was thinking we could spell your name with these stickers. Is that a good idea? So we need, what comes first? We need an R for Riley.
I think the R is waking up.
Good morning, R.
Good morning.
Let's stick him on.
You're purple.
He's purple, your favorite color. Use your favorite colors to decorate your boat. So what comes after R? I.
What does R spell?
Right now he's just saying his sound. R. Now this says rye. Do we call you rye sometimes? Yeah. And now we need an L. R-I-L.
What does that just spell?
Ryle. We need what comes next? After your L. E.
Is that an uppercase?
These are all uppercase letters. Okay, and then a Y.
Is that just one whole name?
R-I-L-E-Y.
Does that just say part of my name?
That's your first name, huh? And then you can use some colors. So I want you to pick, let's do at least 2. You want green?
What is mint?
These are smelling markers. They smell good.
What is mint?
Do you have favorite markers at home? Mint.
I think your minty green phone would eat this.
Oh, I do have a minty green phone.
But not the one.
I know, I got a new one, huh?
It's missing.
Can you put some green on your sail?
But
And
if
guess what else we need? We need some tape. I forgot the tape. So you color that while I get the tape. So after you get your stickers and your colors, you need tape. I forgot that. So we need some tape. You're going to tape your sail to I think it's called the mast.
the mask.
The mast, I think so.
You don't want to.
So see that? Now it stays on. And there's your boat. Do you think we should test it out? Does it sink or float? Can we test it?
Yep.
Okay. If you can test it in your bathtub, or we have this little water table here. So we want to put it going up, huh? Okay, you ready? 3.
Can you pull my sleeves up?
Oh yeah, sleeves up first. Good idea. Then we'll do a countdown. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Plop. Is it floating?
But now it's not gonna sink.
Oh. It's floating. It looks pretty great. It's big enough for someone to ride on. So if you have like bath toys or something, you can take your boat in the bath. I hope you have fun with this activity. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey to Noah. And come back next week because we're going to check out Abraham. Bye, guys.